like to talk to you about our 089 series of brake pads. It's what we call our foreign branded brake pads. And what we've done is we've had many surveys where we've gone out and visited with installers, shop owners, and had some discussions with them and found out that they were going back to the original equipment dealer to buy their brake pad needs. One of the things that we do at Beck Arnley is that we buy those exact same pads that they do because we wanted to find out where they're sourced from. And so what we decided to do was, let's ask those manufacturers if they'll supply us those brake pads in their box, and we can go ahead and supply to the aftermarket the original equipment pad as well. There's a couple of well-recognized brands: Jurit, Ferodo, Ate, Advix, and we have 13 brands in our line today. One of the things, though, that you'll find is that those brands are specific to the application. So, for example, with Advix, we're only going to put Advix on a vehicle where Advix came as original equipment or as a service item, where the technician today would go back to the dealer to buy their service items. Same with Ate, same with Jurit, all 13 brands that we have at Beck Arnley. To illustrate how we've done this, this is a description that we actually have the original equipment pad that we purchased from Mercedes. And you'll recognize there are attributes on this pad that we saw. We saw a name, we saw numbers, we saw everything that we needed to see in order to go back to the manufacturer and say, can we get the same pad? And we were actually able to get the pad. We put it in that manufacturer's box. We do use a common part number system. It's an 089 series, followed by 4 digits, which allow us for cataloging purposes. That way it's easy to follow as a catalog, easy lookup for the counter person. We also went to Lexus, bought a set of pads for Lexus. Interesting thing about Lexus pads, they didn't come with shims. A lot of people think that when you buy them from the dealer they come from shims. Not all do. But we know that the technicians and the installers want shims with their pads. So what we do at Beck Arnley is that we actually package the pads in with the shims in with the pads. So in the case of this Hitachi friction, we were able to insert the shims in with the pads, and that way the technician got what they were looking for. There are some applications where we're not able to do that. There are some applications where there is not enough room in this box to add shims, in which case, because of the integrity of the program, we want to make sure that that import technician gets this name brand. We're going to use our box, and we're going to put shims inside of our box, and that way they're still getting that original equipment brand and shims as well for the needed repair. On our website, we also have some available information that will show the different makes and all the different manufacturers that are tied to those different makes. Because not one manufacturer single sources an item. There are multiple applications or multiple sources that they'll use. One of the things you'll find also on the Beck Arnley catalog is we tell you, when you look at application, what brand of friction you will receive from us. And in some cases you'll see 2 brands. And that's because they don't single source. Okay, so they do have instances where the original equipment does use more than one, possibly up to 3 or 4 manufacturers for their pad needs.